Welcome everybody to For the Culture, the center point in art and entrepreneurship. I'm your host Deepak Batty, and today I have a guest who has made his way around Kelowna and lots of different other festivals. He's played with people like Chris Lake, Sasha Robati, Ski Tour, J-Pod, The Funkonomics, and even Vanik. And the festivals he's played are 2015 Lethbridge Electronic Music Festival, 2016 Summer Bass Music Festival, and the 2017-2018 Snowbombing Canadian Music Festival, and so many more, like Curiosity Fest. He just did Electrodio in Calgary, and he's about to do COG next week and Motion Ocean later this year as well. I have Ben Stunden, aka Stun Music. He's got a stacked year going on for him, and I'm really psyched to have him on the show. Welcome to the show, Ben.
Awesome to be here, man. I'm stoked.
Hell
Thanks
yeah.
for the intro. It was good.
Thanks, man. I wanted to make sure that I got people hyped. Who the hell is this guy?
Yeah.
So anyway, welcome to the show, man. So you're really busy this year, obviously, right? How many festivals are you playing this year?
5, and I'm pretty sure I might get one more in September, but that's still to be determined.
Right.
I can't talk too much about that now. But
TBD, huh?
So pretty much I did 6, 5. I think 6. I think it's gonna happen.
Damn.
So, pretty good summer.
That's 5 or 6 more than what I've done this year.
All good, man.
Anyway, yeah, man. And you mostly play at Sapphire though when you're not playing these festivals, right?
Yeah. There's a night. So there's Saturday night that goes on, and in the back room, me and my friend Jake, otherwise known as Broken Future, we run this night called Deep Down Inside, and it's just kind of basically exactly the kind of music that I play out at festivals, more or less. It's just like a deep house night.
Right.
So it's perfect. I don't have to take requests. I kind of just have to get to educate.
Right.
Yeah.
And to clarify, Ben plays house music, deep house, bass house.
Yeah, like tech house, kind of all under the umbrella. I don't really like anything too obnoxious.
Yeah.
I like a lot of catchy vocal hooks, pitch down, make it sound all dark and scary.
Yeah. That's really cool. Yeah. At this point, Broken Futures podcast will already be out, but it's coming out, as far as we're concerned right now, it's coming out tomorrow.
Cool.
But it's really sick. I find that Broken Future, those guys, and you seem to really sort of more just, instead of just going totally wild, you seem to be more of a nod your head, just sort of chill in the moment type.
Yeah,
music.
we treat it pretty professionally, you know what I mean? We have our studio, Beat Lab. We were there pretty much working, I would say, every day, more or less, unless there's some obligation that's going to keep us away from it. We have a group chat. It's called the Roll Patrol. And we call the music we rollers, because the bass line just rolls.
Oh, yeah.
So, we just kind of, we're always, on it, who's at the studio, we're in the studio tonight. If someone's kind of, lagging a bit, we'll be hey, no, get in right now. And so, then we have 2 production rooms, and we're, always, going back and forth between each rooms, checking out what we're working on, or, you'll just, sit down for, 20 minutes and, cruise through SoundCloud, seeing what's good, you know?
Yeah, that's freaking sick, man.
Mm-hmm.
That's awesome.
It's a really good, creative culture.
Yeah, totally. And
for the culture.
For the culture.
Yeah, there you go. Shout out.
And it totally forces you guys to be accountable on actually making your music and everything like that.
Yeah,
as well.
and it just makes you want to just work harder, because you're oh well, damn, listen to this, well, now I'm gonna have to get in, make something double as crazy, and then you show them okay, we're gonna go into this, and this is how I'm starting the festival, and it's man, it just keeps compounding on each other, you know.
Yeah.
But it's good. It's it's really good. It keeps you motivated, and you want to work hard, and it's good to have a crew to run with, you know, more or less.
Yeah, 100%, because you guys keep on challenging each other, finding new shit, and just learning from each other.
Yeah, it's really good.
Yeah. And so I wanted to kind of get into your history though. I really wanted to know where you started from, and how you got into the place that you're at. So tell me, where'd you come from?
So I was born in Ottawa. I didn't live there for very long. I moved to Calgary probably when I was a year old. Did all my schooling there up until I was 18. I think I picked up a guitar when I was 16 or something, and I really wanted to learn how to play music like Blue Rodeo and Sam Roberts. Have you ever heard stuff like that? It's really acoustic, folk rocky.
Yeah.
So the first song I ever learned how to play was Brother Down by Sam Roberts.
Right.
And then you know how you kind of learn things in baby steps. I'm okay, I know 3 chords. Okay, I'll learn another song, learn another 3 chords. By the time I've learned 4 songs, you can kind of adequately strum along. And so then it just kept snowballing. My dad and a bunch of his buddies used to run a music festival when I was young too.
Sick.
It was called the Solstice Fest, and that probably went on for a good, since I was maybe 12 to 19. And they would book people like Serena Ryder, there was Mariana's Trench, Plain White Tees, Blue Rodeo was there.
Wow.
So yeah, it was really fun being young, like being in this major festival right away, and I was volunteering at it, cooking artist foods, like running around the green room. So like from a very young age, I was just surrounded by this like awesome music culture, and I really was just like, wow, this is so much fun. And so it was just everything that like I've always was like the kid growing up, like we gotta go check out this show, like we gotta go see this act. So I was always very very into music, and then I didn't really pick up producing until maybe I think I downloaded a pirated version of Logic or something when I was 19 or 20 in my dorm, just casually messing around. And then because I was always playing basketball at that time too,
right?
So I didn't really have the time to give to learning how to produce like as much as you should, because it is quite like a mountain to get like to really understand like the foundations of it.
Oh, of course, yeah.
But then my last year of university, I stopped playing basketball and I just bought a DJ mixer. Then I downloaded Ableton and did all the tutorials, and replaced all the time that I had in the gym with basketball. I just like turned that into like a full on like producing thing, and now I just do it all the time. So that's pretty much like the Reader's Digest history of how I became where I am sitting in this room right now.
Stun music biography. You heard
fun
it here first,
fun fact. So the song "Brother Down" by Sam Roberts.
Yeah. Do
you know that song?
Not
It's a pretty iconic song. Like it's got a really familiar guitar hook in it.
Yeah.
And so I actually, Brandon from Broken Future, joked around one day. He's like, hey, you should remix, take that hook. And I was like, okay, like I will. So I took the hook from the song, made an entire song like around that hook, kind of make a deep house, like summery vibe. And then I finished it and I sent it to Sam Roberts, and he listened to it and replied to me.
No way!
Yeah, I was like so stoked. The email, I was like, hey Sam, like, first song I ever learned guitar was Brother Down, like essentially the first thing I ever took on musically, blah blah blah. I make house music now, like here's the finished product. If you somehow find time to see it, like that'd be really cool. I got an email 2 days later. It's like, hey Ben, like, oh my god, love the track. Like I used to dance to house music all the time in the 90s while I was writing this song. Like I can't believe you brought the worlds together. Like I was just like, wow, like that is pretty damn cool. Like me 10 years ago would be like losing it. It's like, oh my god, Sam Roberts like appreciates a piece of art that I made.
That's insane.
So yeah, it was really cool. I got that email honestly 2 days ago or so. Like I sent him the song not too long ago, and then I got the email right away, and I was like, wow.
You got that email 2 days ago?
Yeah, it was like 2 or 3 days ago. I got it. I only sent it to him like a week ago or something, and then he got back to me right away. I went and just got his fan link. Yeah. From the email or whatever. It was like, oh, like fan@samroberts.com. I was like, hey, like hopefully this gets to you. And like he actually like replied from his personal one and was like, yeah, I hope to run into you one day. And I was like, well, that's pretty cool.
Damn.
Yeah. So that was one of a nice little treat that you get sometimes when you just like share your music. You never know who's gonna actually take a listen.
Yeah. Honestly, get your dad to start out Solstice Fest again.
Yeah.
You should both just like play.
All right, Dad Electronic Music Festival this time. Let's go.
Yeah.
With acoustic electronic.
That's so hilarious.
We'll call it Polar Opposites Fest.
Dude, hell yeah. Start it up, man.
Maybe. Yeah, once I have a bit more backing on the Stun brand, we'll see.
Right.
Throw my own festivals, for sure. Like, that's a for sure thing. I guarantee I'll be a part of festivals. I've already kind of worked in and around some just from doing my job at Blueprint. Like, so it helps being an artist and working behind the scenes. For those that don't know, I also work at Blueprint Events. And so yeah, it helps just really learn how like the whole industry kind of works, being an artist and like working the technical side. Yeah,
I think that's really important insight to know, because not a whole lot of people that are in the music sphere know about the technical part of it.
Yeah, and it's like I'm learning things just to almost like learn how to not get taken advantage of by bigger companies. Like I can see things, I just can see things from both perspectives, which is I think not a lot of people are lucky to have that. Yeah, when they're on the come up.
Yeah, of course. That's friggin' wild, man. Very, very lucky for you to know that, for sure. And so I wanted to also then get into, like, why house music? Like, what made you want to get into that versus other styles of electronic music or music in general?
Well, I think the first electronic song I ever heard that really, like, grabbed me and, like, was Ghosts and Stuff by Deadmau5.
Oh, dude, that's a friggin' classic.
Without the lyrics. I remember I remember it honestly clear as day. I was going to see, I think, Transformers with my friend Andrew, and I was playing in his car, and I was just like, what is this synth? Like, it was nuts.
Yeah.
Like, the lead synth, I was like, I've never heard anything like this in my life. And then I went home and I started searching like dead rats. Like, I couldn't remember. I was like rats and ghosts or, you know, zombie mouse. And then I finally found it and it was like awesome. And I probably listened to it like 100 times that day.
Dude, yeah, that reminds me of high school. Like, my friend Nick would always ride around in his Volkswagen Golf and he would always play Ghosts and stuff and like
Nice.
chug down a Monster
So good.
Energy drink.
So good.
Yeah.
Like, I couldn't believe how good it sounded. And then since then, I think I discovered Justice and, you know, everything just keeps snowballing. But it was always like house music. Because even like, you know, Blue Rodeo, Sam Roberts stuff, like it's kind of got like a beat to it. Like it's more upbeat. So I'm not surprised that I just like house music now. You know, it was I think I always just was really like groovy stuff.
Yeah.
And now it's just like taking the form of like, you know, what I make today.
Right. That's freaking wild, man. And that's sort of for you where you see music going, from what I hear in your voice and what you're saying.
Yeah. And I also was like a huge rap fan, so I incorporate a lot of rap hooks and stuff into my house music stuff, just because I think it sounds cool.
I noticed that. Yeah. When I was talking to the Broken Future guys, they're sort of more like pure house music.
Yeah, they have a lot more instrumental stuff going on, or like big booming vocals that like will make you feel all good inside and stuff.
Yeah.
And I'm more like dark and dirty.
Yeah.
But they make some like I've made music with them too. Like they make a whole spectrum of stuff. You know, like they'll make really low end stuff, and then like a really musical bomb one day, and just it's good that you can like kind of like revolve around a circle, kind of all around one genre. Go from like melodic to dark and dirty to like kind of just like beach time vibes, like nightclub vibes. It's cool when you can get to the point to like almost like fit a setting for the song. Right.
It's all about perspective, right? And the thing about it is that house music has a really, really wide perspective.
Large spectrum.
Yeah.
Large spectrum.
Yeah.
Like there's even got like Tiesto would even be house music, but I would never play a Tiesto song.
Really? Why?
It's just not my style. Like it's just not my style at all. Like that's like main stage ultra, you know, EDC stuff. I mean, I'm not saying that I wouldn't want to play any of those like stages, but that's just like festival music, you know what I mean? Just those massive songs that just get people so hyped up. Like my stuff's more about like the groove, you know?
Right.
Like their sets are almost like peaks and valleys, like, you know, huge build up, like massive reward, like big breakdowns. Like I'm kind of just like a constant slope going up, you know?
Right.
Just like building the energy instead of like cutting it for a minute, and I kind of enjoy that, just like the constant movement.
Right. You make music that you would personally like to listen to.
Yeah, it's like when you're making music, it's like you're essentially doing it to entertain yourself.
Pretty
you know,
much.
You're just sitting there and you're like, oh man, like this is freaking cool. Like then you want to show your buddies and stuff, and you know, you send them all the private links. So it's just like, I don't know, it's like a very personal thing at first. And then like eventually it just becomes like something bigger than making beats in your basement, you know?
Yeah, true. Yeah, true. There's something about like making something that you personally find is so fucking sick, and then you just sort of ride on that high for the rest of your day. Like I've done that a lot with my music too.
Oh yeah, man. Like it's I find it like almost affects my mood. Like some days I'll be like pissed. I'm like, damn, like today was a bad studio day, and I was there for like 6 hours. I made a song, but I'm just like not happy like 100% with how it sounds. But then like there's like days like I had yesterday, I just like, you know, crushed 2 songs out. I'm like, wow, I'm in such a good mood now. Like it was the day, like I was so mad the day before, but now like it doesn't matter at all because like I have these 2 songs on. Like it's such a weird like, you know, just creating things is weird. You know what I mean? Like some days you're just feeling it so much, and then some days you're not doing it. It's like, why can't I just get back to this state of like just being able to like create like so freely? It's weird. But it's weird how it comes and goes. Yeah. But it's like I've done it enough to like know that it's, if I ever have writer's block, I'm like, well, just wait a day. Like, you know, don't force it. Like you'll just keep getting go to the beach. Like don't wait, just wait a day and it'll be back.
See, that's huge. Like for your sense of self-awareness, that's a huge thing, man.
Yeah, like I just like can realize like if it's not going, like it's not the end of the world. I'll come here tomorrow, grab a coffee, like do my thing, like probably make something dope. Like it's just not happening today. Like go to the beach, talk to girls. Yeah. Like go get out of the studio, Ben. Like it's okay to leave the studio.
And you literally like your studio is like literally like right where the beach is.
Oh yeah, it's perfect.
Yeah.
Yeah. Brandon, Jake, and I, we're always like if we're making beats, we always go take strolls, or like we have a rooftop patio up there, so we always are like kind of cognitive. Like all right, let's give the ears a break. Like go get like a beer, like, go
Go to social.
Yeah, I run down to social, like talk to the people down there because we know everyone. So yeah, it's kind of it's a really convenient spot in Kelowna.
Yeah, you, Brandon, and Jake have all like this, like, you guys have like a really cool thing going on with Blueprint in the studio that you have.
Yeah, in the B Lab studio, it's awesome. Like we teach out of the studio that we all work at. We used to do events last year. We called them open house. Mm-hmm. It was a house music night. We did open house volume 1 and volume 2.
Yeah.
And we did it by donation, and we sold them out, like sold out the room both times. Like
Wow.
we had to like stop letting people in. Like the owner was like, "You guys gotta like chill out on this one." We're like, "Oh man, like."
Damn.
Yeah. So now that we're so busy this summer with like gigs, it's kind of tougher to like get a date to do this open house like volume 3. But I think we might be doing it in August.
Okay.
So you'll have to come check it out.
Hell yeah,
It
dude.
was rowdy. Like we had like I have my brother, he does like all this specialized video technician stuff, and he had like art up on the wall that was being projected on by like a 3D printer or a 3D whatever projector.
Yeah.
And it was just so cool. Like it was just like morphing, and like it just like made this whole event look really like special.
Yeah.
And we brought in our own sound system for it, and it was just me, Brandon, Jake, and Kane, and then our friend Chad that played. So it was just only like 4 different acts, and it was just absolutely packed. Like so
Wow.
packed. Like it was definitely the biggest club show I've ever played, and it was our own, which is cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, and you said you're doing that in August then?
We want to.
Yeah.
Like nothing 100% like confirmed yet, but I know I'm gonna try to bring it up.
Yeah,
and I know
'cause-
Brandon's been bringing it up, so like we just have to like pick the date pretty much. That's what happened last time. We were like, just pick the date and it's real.
Yeah.
So I think Brandon might have a date in mind. Like he's kind of knows what the calendar is over there. So yeah, we'll figure it out.
Fuck yeah. That's so sick. That's incredible, actually. And it's really cool when you just get to make your own thing and people resonate with this so heavy, right? It's a beautiful, beautiful thing about making
Yeah,
music.
like I'm just like a big believer. Like if you want to like, it's like turn one heart, turn a million. It's like you just have to make like an impact in your community of what you're doing. And it's like, I feel like we're doing that.
Yeah.
Like people came to our events, they like the Beat Lab shows. Like we get recognized now at festivals as like, the Beat Lab guys. So it's like, we've like made that impact, you know what I mean? And now it's just you build on that.
Yeah. That's so sick. And speaking of festivals, I wanted to actually like talk to you about that. Like, how did you get into doing all those festivals?
It's kind of a combination of things. First, you have to have like a good product. Like you have to be like your music has to sound good. Like you have to know how to DJ. Like you have to be able to be competent on the decks. You got to like be nice guy. Like networking is huge in any creative industry. It's almost like not what you know, it's who you know. But in this case, I would say it's almost like 50-50. So it's like you got to like know what you're doing. And then I'm just like, so for example, Curiosity. We were given a 5-hour takeover, like Beat Lab takeover on the Temple stage on Saturday night, which is a pretty cool slot. It went from 6 to 11.
Yeah.
And so a member of the Beat Lab, Wes, his DJ name is Wes Please. He's playing at Shambhala this year. You guys should check him out. His cousin Joey throws Curiosity. Joey once came to the studio when Wes was working. He's like, "What is this place?" I was like, "Oh, like these guys are all like producers, DJs." So that's like how that kind of came to be a Curiosity.
Right.
Joey was there. He's like, "Wow, this is amazing. Like you guys should do a takeover on my stage." And so that was how that one came to be. Center Gravity was a gig I think that we got from our boss at Blueprint. I think he helped us out with that one. Snowbombing was. I work for Blueprint, so I was able to get in and play there.
Right.
Motion Notion, they reached out to me. Electrodio, they reached out to me. So it's like a combination, of like if people are like up on you, or if you can also apply to festivals. So it's just like this massive umbrella of like all these things kind of circulating around.
Right. Crazy. It's wild that it happens by chance sometimes. It's like at the Curiosity Festival, like there's no way that just applying normally would have gotten you that takeover.
No, not
slot.
at all. And I got to set that whole lineup. Like I felt pretty lucky. So I got to like pick like 5 hours for like these people, all from guys from my studio for like the main stage on Saturday night.
Yeah. That's sick. And meeting you was also by chance, right?
Exactly. And you're in the I heard you're doing the interview. I was like, shit. I was like, get me in on one of those. And I walked in the room and you're right there. I was like, nice.
Yeah.
Like perfect.
It's almost like something in the universe just wanted it to happen,
Yeah, and I'm a believer in that. Like, or like you just put what you want to the universe, and like you can work your ass off for it, and like you'll get it. Like
I think so.
It's totally like the people. Like, people that like tell you like, oh, like you're never gonna make it. It's like those people are like just they like think differently. You know what I mean? Like they're it's okay. Like I don't know. I just think that I kind of like think differently than most people, and
Yeah.
I'm not afraid to like really work hard for something that I want, because like I did that in basketball. Like I used to play for like 8 hours a day.
Yeah.
And it's not hard for me to go like sit down for like an 8-hour studio session, because it's like it feels like the most fun I'm ever having. You know what I mean? So I'm just like I just like think how to like live life a bit differently, because that's like how I've been doing it for so long. It's like I moved away when I was 18 to go play basketball in Grand Prairie. Like what kid would do that if you live in Calgary? It's like people said I was crazy, but it was one of the best 3 years of my life.
Yeah.
So it's like I'm very open to like, you know, new experiences, and moving to Kelowna was kind of one of those things. I was like, I'm going to move to Kelowna and I'm going to get involved in the music scene.
Yeah.
You know, and now 2 years later, I'm sitting here doing this interview, playing 6 festivals.
Dude.
So like, it's, you know, like, proofs in the porridge, man. Like,
oh, of course.
You know, you can kind of just like put what you want in the universe, and hopefully she gives back.
Yeah, I think so. And clearly for you, it's happening because you're putting in the hard work. You know what's good. People around you fuck with that, and it turns in, and it manifested itself into you playing 6
it helps
festivals.
like, you know, that I teach at the studio now, and every person I teach, like, they'll go home and like, you know, become a fan of my stuff online. So it's just really it's just like make that impact in your community in every way that you can. You know, whether it be teaching a 9-year-old kid how to DJ, or I'm teaching like this like 40-year-old guy how to DJ later, or like teaching a guy how to record himself, or like running, you know, a stage for 5 hours at a festival, or doing your own shows. Just like making like those impacts wherever you can, and like making them like memorable and stuff, you know?
Yeah. Oh yeah, 100%. You know what? I'm a firm believer in that. You know, whatever you bring into the universe, it brings back into you, right? Like I totally think that not enough people try hard enough, you know, like, and the people that put down people like you or me or whoever that wants to like,
they just don't get it.
They just
don't get it, because like they're just like happy doing their own thing, and it just like seems like, you know, so like upstream, or like against the grain, you know. It's like, oh, that's weird that he's going out to do this, but it's like, hey, like, man, like music's awesome. You know, like this is fun, like playing festivals, like this is awesome. Who knows what it's going to turn into in a couple of years. Exactly. And it helps like working in the industry too. So it's like I still have like my music network if I ever need to go like work at a record label or something. Like I have like, you know, enough of like a network where I could go like find these opportunities.
Oh yeah, 100%. And the thing is, you know that like that saying, like, hurt people, right? It's the people that don't seem to really the people that haven't like really contributed to wanting to, or at least they haven't found the way to like do something creative themselves, or like they haven't,
so you can't be like scared either. You know, like a lot of there's like fear of like putting things out and being criticized. Like I don't have that at all. You know, like I don't really care if you like what I make or not, because like in the moment I thought it was awesome. You know, and so like I'm sure there's someone out there that will probably like it too, more or less, and so far it's, you know, kind of paid off. Clearly. Clearly. I don't really care. Like if people say like a song sucks, I'm like, yeah, well, whatever. Like, I mean, maybe it does. Well, next one will be better.
The thing is, all that type of shit is subjective anyway.
It is. It's like I don't expect you to like everything I do, but
you know what isn't subjective though? Is that you're getting paid to play your music, man.
I know. That's legit. Like, and like, so I run my own night with like my buddies at Sapphire, so it's like, yeah, I kind of I don't know. I'm pleased. I'm pleased with how it's going.
I think it's friggin' amazing. Like, not a whole lot of people around here, at least I know, can say that they've done that already. You know, it's something that a lot of people strive for, but they just haven't been able to reach. You just kind of have to like set out and have a goal in mind. You know, and I had like a goal in mind the whole time. Like I really just wanted to learn how to make professional music, and I really wanted to, you know, learn how to be a DJ, and I just really enjoyed like that, going to those festivals, and you know, then you meet a bunch of DJs and your network starts growing, and you know, it just keeps snowballing, you know? Right. And what's your goal? Like you've, in terms of like goal, you're probably reaching some place that you've been wanting to reach for a while.
If you were to tell me even probably a year ago this summer, like, oh yeah, you're gonna get like all these festivals, I'd be like, no way, like maybe one or two, but so like who knows what next summer is gonna bring. But I think ultimately I just want to I think like the idea of success is just like being able to like sustain myself like through my musical endeavors, which is kind of what I'm doing right now, more or less, you know, but just on like a larger scale. Like I'd be able to like to go play in the States, like play in Europe, play in Russia, like, you know, I want to go like see the world through my music and like experience the world like through being able to go DJ and like perform at festivals and like from stuff that I've made in my studio in Kelowna, which I think is pretty cool. You know, and like I want to go like try all these like different foods in the world, but like I just want to be able to do it while I'm like doing my traveling and DJing stuff. So that's kind of also like why I am so into it, because I know it can like bring you around the world. Eventually.
You get to basically kill quite a few birds with one stone
Yeah.
by traveling,
playing shows, like meeting people, like
Yeah.
meeting so many like-minded people, like all over the place. So it's just kind of like that.
And house music doesn't obviously have that many words to it, right?
No.
It's literally something that you can play all around the world.
Yeah, it's just
and
about the
people feel
beat.
it
Like
the
if
same
you like
way.
people like the beats, like
It's the energy, man.
it's just the energy.
Yeah. And so, how do you plan on like getting to that point?
I think just doing what I'm doing, like
Just
still,
keep
just,
at-
you know, each song I make keeps getting better and better and better, and like you know,
Right.
your online following keeps growing, and more people that play your music will probably know about you. Like you know, this summer, at all the festivals, I'm playing like all my own stuff, like mixed in with other tracks I like. But and then I go and post those sets online, and so when people, if they like my set, they can go listen to it, and they're like, oh, what's this song? Oh, it's like his song. You know, let's go find it and download it. So just kind of like you know, infecting the culture as it spreads. I don't know.
Yeah.
It's just kind of like how the online world works now. It's just like stuff can spread like wildfire.
It can, yeah.
And so I'm just gonna like, keep working, keep doing what I'm doing, keep being a good guy, you know.
Yeah. Because being kind and personable is important, right?
Yeah,
Because
yeah.
if you sever all your ties with like all the people that you knew, you're gonna fucking like not go anywhere.
Oh yeah, like you can shoot yourself in the foot so hard by like pissing off one promoter. It's like, oh well, guess I'm never gonna play that show again.
Yeah.
I don't think I've ever done that, but there's like I've heard stories of that.
Yeah, dude.
Just like, you know, oh well, I don't think this person can play that show anymore because of X reason. Well, that's too bad.
Yeah, that stuff can be like painful. Be very painful.
So yeah, I just like have noticed those things, and I'm like, networking is very important. So like, just be a good guy all around, and you won't ever have that issue.
Absolutely. Yeah. And I think that's a thing that a lot of people are understanding now, because like people like Gary Vaynerchuk, he always preaches that sort of thing on his social media and everything. So that's really cool, man. That's awesome. And so do you post all your music that you play in festivals like on your online accounts and all that?
Yeah, I kind of have like a back catalog of probably like 12 finished songs right now.
Damn.
So like sometimes I can make a song in like 3 hours. It's pretty crazy.
Shit.
Like it's just if the mood strikes and like, you know, you have all those sounds like good to go, like you can crank something out really quickly.
Yeah.
Like I was saying earlier though, like how I'd have like a full idea, then I'd go back to it the next day and like make it maybe like 10% better, just with fresh ears or whatever. But you can get like pretty much 80% of the goods like done in one sitting.
Yeah.
And so yeah, I just basically, with what I do is I just have my songs, like I kind of like put one out once every 2 or 3 weeks, more or less. Just I don't know, because why not? I give them away for free. I don't really send too many things to record labels right now, just because like I really want to hone my sound. Like I really just want to get like such like a cliche like stunned type of sound, which I think I'm pretty close in getting at now.
Yeah.
So, you know, maybe in like a few months, like I probably will finish like 5 tracks or something, and then I'll start sending them out. Like I casually send out stuff to record labels, but it's never like, oh my god, like please sign my record. Like I don't care if they're gonna sign it, like,
Yeah.
because I know like I'm gonna put it online. I'm still gonna play it on my sets. It's not gonna take anything away from like my DJ ability or sets. If like, you know, one label's like, ooh, I don't know, bro, like this isn't exactly what we want. It's like, whatever. It's what I want, so deal
Yeah.
with it.
Yeah, exactly.
So yeah, I think like that attitude kind of like helps me a bit. But eventually I'm gonna like, you know, definitely like have the stuff out in labels. It just like takes time. I don't even know where I'd want to go right away, you know?
Yeah.
Like to make like my first imprint. Like my favorite label is probably Nightbase. It's run by this guy called AC Slater, and it's just like all this awesome house music. I was really into that stuff. Like that was kind of when I first discovered house music. I've obviously branched out a bit more than there, but I just think like still all my favorite DJs all release on Nightbase.
Damn.
They release everywhere else, but like all these like awesome house artists like always release on Nightbase.
Yeah. Okay.
So it's like even like my phone background, man. Like my phone background even like says Nightbase, so you can't see it right now, but I'll show you later.
Yeah.
So it's like I see it every day. I'm like, Nightbase.
Damn. And so the thing about record labels is that they also want to see that you have like you've made an impact in the local area that you're from, right?
Yeah. You like kind of have to like have like a professional looking artist image, I suppose. Unless you like write the craziest song ever and it's like so undeniably like amazing, like they'll probably like help you out with your journey, you know?
A lot of SoundCloud rappers are like that.
Yeah, like those guys, they just blow up right away. 20 million plays overnight. Like, how does that happen?
Yeah.
Like, I'll rap about bitches and lean. Like, come on. And, like, I'll get sad tattooed under my eye. I don't know.
Yeah.
Sad boy for life. Oh, my God, Stun's amazing. I'll be, like, headlining Coachella next year.
Bruh, I don't know if that'd be perfect for your image.
No, I couldn't do that. I don't have any tattoos yet.
Yeah, me
I'll
neither.
probably get one.
Yeah. What would you get?
I think something on my forearm.
Yeah.
The idea that I had, so like I'd probably get like a waveform of maybe like, I know this is like cheesy, but like the first song I ever got signed to a record label was the idea that I had. I'd take the waveform from like a bass noise in it or like a kick drum, and I'd just get the waveform on my forearm.
Cool.
So it'd be like kind of weird. It'd be like, oh, what is that? I'm like, oh, like the first song I ever got signed is like, you know, tattooed on my arm kind of.
Cool.
I got the idea for that. A lady came in the studio and she got her dog's bark recorded. And I was like, what are you doing that for? So I'm gonna get that tattooed on me. I'm like, that's pretty damn cool. Like, and so then I was like, man, I could do that with like a music thing, like, or like get the waveform of the whole song or something, you know, just tattooed on my arm, like just something significant that's only personal to me.
Yeah,
because you know there's so many people that have like, you know, like a guitar tattoo or like a bass clef or something. So it's like I can't get like a cliche music tattoo, but I'd want to get like something related to music. So like, you know, waveform is kind of personal.
Dude, and that makes so much sense for your identity because people will know that about you. You know, like that is your thing.
Yeah,
people that you went to high school with would be like, that's the guy that got signed to this label.
Yeah, I bet like people in my high school probably was like, what the hell? Like, why is Ben doing this? This guy was like a basketball player, like probably was going to be an accountant. Like, why is he doing this? I was like, I don't know. Creative.
Damn.
Heart wants what the heart wants. I don't know.
So people had no idea.
Well, like, man, like I like this whole like music thing never even was like really in Calgary. Like I never even really did like the first time I DJed in Calgary was like a week ago. You know, like I never really did any music. I produced a ton in Calgary, like in my mom's basement. Like I made beats like every day there, but I started DJing in Lethbridge. Tried throwing a party there with my buddy Riley. Shout out Mill Skills. We threw this party that was like not very successful, but it was a lot of fun. And then from there, I just DJ'd a bunch. Started playing at some like dingy club there called Inferno, and then realized if I ever wanted to play better shows, I had to learn how to make my own music. So downloaded Ableton, finished university, produced a bunch. 8 months later, moved to Kelowna, then started working at the studio, and now, you know, a year and a half later, I'm sitting right here. So
yeah, damn.
So it was kind of pretty quick. Like it happened pretty quick.
Yeah.
You know? Like, but it's just because like I work hard and, you know, have good head on my shoulders and I eat broccoli and carrots and shit. So, you know, drink lots of coffee, like tons of coffee.
Yeah, you got to stay up those late nights.
Yeah. It's weird. Like sometimes I kind of like producing during the day. That's like, I know a lot of people will say the best music's written after midnight.
Yeah.
But for some reason, when like I love being able to like get up and I just go to the studio and I have like a 5-6 hour sesh and then it's like, sweet, like I'm done. Like now I can go like, you know, enjoy the night.
Then you can just fuck off and do whatever you want. Yeah,
but it's weird. Sometimes I'll produce a bunch at night. Like I used to work at this restaurant Crafty here in Kelowna.
Okay.
And so I would work there like, you know, till like 4, 5, 6, whatever. Then I would just right over to the studio right away. Like be there till like 2 a.m, go to bed, like go back right to Crafty away, like get up, serve lunch, like rinse and repeat for like 8 months straight probably.
Yeah.
And then eventually I just had enough stuff going on outside of Crafty. I was like, I can quit this place.
Yeah.
But it was great. It was great when I first came here. Like it was a guy that I knew from Calgary that owned this restaurant. So it was that's why I could work there right away.
Right.
And then I branched out and found all the music opportunities.
Right. And now you're working exclusively with Blueprint, doing all your music stuff.
Doing artist liaison for Blueprint, manage the studio, do my own personal artist stuff. I teach a bunch. So yeah, it's just like all these things like kind of under my musical freelance umbrella.
Yeah.
Which was like what I wanted when I moved here. I was like, man, that would just be so cool if I could just like have all these odd jobs. Because like it's Kelowna, right? Like you want to be able to go do things. If like people call you up to go on a boat, like you want to be able to do that.
Yeah.
You know, because it's the nicest place ever.
Yeah. Yeah, 100%. 100%. Man, that's amazing. That's amazing to me that you just like literally had this idea and you just turned it into this.
You know, just like put what you want in the universe, man.
Yeah.
Hang out with a lot of hippies, so you know.
Yeah, I know. I honestly grew up with like a lot of like the Beatles and their hippie era and Jimi Hendrix and like that hippie era, and I just sort of like got into the culture and I started reading about Timothy Leary and all that. All those people in that when they were doing all this LSD and stuff and thinking about that, and you know, I think it really applies still to today.
Yeah.
Great.
Especially here, there's like, you know, the whole Shambhala culture, all those people that just like live for festivals.
Yeah.
So it's like I love going to festivals, but I always wanted to play them. It would kind of like make me like mad in the crowd. I'd be like, oh, this is so fun, but I just like wish I could be on the stage. So it's like almost like added motivation.
Yeah.
So this year I decided not to attend Shambhala, and I don't want to go back until I play.
Oh.
And Brandon and Jake have the same philosophy.
Oh.
We were all kind of like, yeah, we're gonna go this year, kind of wishy-washy about it. And I said this a year ago. I was like, I don't want to go back till I play. And then I kind of like, a couple months go by. I'm like, of course I'm going to go to Shambhala. But then about couple weeks ago, we were like, no. Like, we're going to show like, like brotherhood, camaraderie. Like, we're not going until we play. So hopefully next year we go. Woo! But we'll see. Like, I think that's like a good, like basically like the next Western Canada festival for me to play is Shambhala. So like hopefully soon.
Well, this is the most amount of festivals you played this summer.
Oh, for sure. Right? This is the most amount of festivals I've ever attended in a summer. You know what I mean? Like, I've never hit 6 festivals in the summer. Like, if anything, it was like I'd go to Shambhala for the past 3 years, and maybe like a couple of the ones that I would play. But yeah, this one for sure is the most festivals I've ever attended in the summer too. Yeah. So it's cool.
That's wild. Mm-hmm. That's crazy. Cool. That's amazing. And honestly, though, like the thing is that it multiplies, right?
Yeah,
like,
exactly.
More and more people will then see you. Your name is going to get out there so much more. Like,
yeah, I know.
How many people do you think attend those, right?
I know. Like, I'm stoked. And it's different crowds too, right? Like, I got to play in Calgary, which is the Stampede crowd, which was a bit interesting, but it was still really fun. And then Center of Gravity is a bit more of like the mainstream-ish crowd. You know what I mean? Like, it's just that kind of festival. Like, we're going to the beach in Kelowna. And then Curiosity was like totally out in the bush, like people are camping 3 days, like no cell reception. And then you have Motion Notion, which is kind of like a Shambhala light almost, you know what I mean? Like, it's like a pretty well-known festival. It's actually happening in Merritt this year.
Oh, cool.
So a lot closer for me. It used to be in Golden, but yeah, it's very cool going. And then Snowbombing might have been the coolest festival I ever played to date.
Why?
Just up on a ski hill. Yeah. It was up on a Sun Peak ski hill, and they had stages like all over the mountain. Yeah. And I ended up playing 5 sets there. What? I played in the stage called the Underground, which is a parking garage that they turned into like an underground like techno stage, which was dope. I got to open it up. Wow. And then I played in this like after ski lounge. I played in the nightclub there, and then I played like a few back-to-backs with other artists in like the nightclub there. So it was like all around, it ended up being like 5 different like sets I played. It's pretty rowdy. And then, like, they have like stages like up the ski hill. Like, you take a chairlift to get up there. They have it was just like a really interesting festival. Yeah. So hopefully I'm there next year.
Hopefully, yeah. I bet you will, man. I think honestly, like, I can't wait to like get another interview with you, like same time next year. And yeah. This year I'm doing 12 festivals. Yeah. Oh, guess what? And Sham.
Yeah, that'd be cool. Hopefully it's not like, I live on Leon now. No, I don't work at the Gospel Mission. I'm just a patron. Like,
yeah, right.
No, I hopefully highly doubt that.
Nah, man, for real. I'd be hugely shocked. All of my listeners will be hugely shocked if that was the thing.
I will do it for you listeners. I will play a Shambhala.
Hell yeah. You don't want to disappoint.
No. Those people are savage. That's like the first year I went to Shambhala. I was like, I think I could do this by 2019. So I'm still not wrong. Yeah. The first year I went was 2015. And I was like, okay, I think maybe like 3 beyond this, like, 16, 17, 18. And then like the 19th, I was like, I think I could probably do that.
Okay. Honestly, I'm seriously going to watch you very closely.
All right.
Yeah. For real. And where else can everybody watch you very closely on your Shambhala journey?
Well, I'm like always posting stuff on my Facebook page. You can just like search Stunned or like my name, Ben Stunden. I have all my stuff on SoundCloud, Spotify. So it's just Twitter, Instagram. I don't know. It's just like, I think I'm the only artist called Stunned. It's part of my last name. My last name's Stunden.
And Stunned, you spell it?
Stund.
There you go.
My last name is Stunden. And so I just shortened the E-N off it and made it a word. 1 syllable, rolls off the tongue. It's a word.
Yeah. Crazy. Well, that's amazing, dude. Is there anything else you wanted to add into the podcast? Anything else you wanted to get off your chest? I'm not a clinical psychologist or anything, but
I think I'm good. I think that was pretty much covered all the grounds.
Hell yeah, dude. Yeah. That's friggin' sick. Well, that was Ben Stunden, a.k.a. Stunned Music. Thank you very much for coming along here, and thank you all the listeners to listening to our wonderful podcast. So I wanted to just give a reminder here that we're close to 100 followers at this point, and please let your friends know to follow us on Instagram. Also, follow us on Facebook so you get to see all my little posts and everything like that, and also SoundCloud, and you might even see us on major music platforms. Oh shit, you better watch out for that one. But thank you very much for listening. I'm your host, Deepak Badi, and I hope you have a good rest of your day. See ya!
Dope.